on sentiments and say that certainly I do support the increase in the minimum wage, and one of the reasons I do is because I've grown up working alongside minimum wage earners since I was young. I did not grow up in privilege, and certainly even today I know a lot of minimum wage workers, and many of them are the elderly. I worked along 70-year-old folks who de-stem chili at the chili factory in Deming. I painted houses with folks that are construction workers who have simply found themselves in a tough position because a contract that they had, even though they're a skilled worker, they were out of a contract, and all of a sudden they had to work minimum wage jobs and they had to provide for their family. So it's not as easy as minimum wage workers are just teenagers sweeping a broom and they need the life skills. And that's the way that the opposition paints it sometimes. But I will say that I was also the director of the Hispanic Chamber of Commerce, and when I was the director of the Chamber of Commerce, what I pushed the Chamber to do was to provide more direct services to small businesses so that they could succeed, so that they could have tools in place to succeed, because the minimum wage and payroll is not the only factor that matters to a small business when it comes to being successful. So I think rather than just look at the singular issue as the determinant whether small businesses will succeed or not in this community, let's look at the resources that they have to succeed. Let's look at the incentives. Let's look at the partnership between the county and the city to help locally owned small businesses thrive, just as much as we invest money into organizations to bring economic-based jobs in. Because people have told me, well, if you create locally owned small businesses, well, that's not bringing in any new money into the city, into the county. I said, you know what it's doing? It's helping people live with dignity. It's helping lift up our local families that have great ideas. And Hispanic people in particular, from my own experience, my grandfather, who started a small business himself when he moved to Ciudad Juarez, are very entrepreneurial in nature. So there's great folks out there with great ideas, with the drive to start small businesses. And so what I would look at is what are the resources that they have, not just at the city level, but what are our chambers of commerce doing to actually help provide direct services to our small businesses so they succeed. It's great to lobby for policy, but at the same time, when you actually help people to build their businesses, that's incredible. That's an incredible asset that I think we could be doing a better job at. And I'm actually really proud to say that I think our city manager, Stuart Ede, gets that. And I think that's what he's done with consolidating the Economic Development Department and creating the one-stop shop, essentially, for businesses. I just saw a billboard on Picacho for the Business Concierge program that the city just started. So I think the city's moving in the right direction. With that said, I also do agree with Councilor Levatino that we do need to look at the data, and if I'm not mistaken, I think a big company has just come in to fill that Sitel call center that everybody said would not be filled because our minimum wage was too high. So let's look at the data, but certainly let's also make sure that our workers have dignity in a livable wage.